want to bless the name of the Lord and to give him mighty thanks today. What a wonderful day. I am extremely excited and I want to tell you why. Well, for a very long time I have been saying, I've been very shocking by the fact that many people are still sick in the church. And the second reason is that the very beginning of the COVID, and I said to many that we have entered into a new season where reason and knowledge and understanding will take over faith. So the reason why we are sick, the reason why we don't take possession of which the Lord has freely given to us is simply because we don't know what we ought to know and we don't do what we ought to do. So today, given the time under which we are, I am extremely humble to have with us today what I believe to be totally qualified, who I believe to be totally qualified spiritually and intellectually to give us what we need to face the challenges of the time. And I believe strong in my heart that if you take this program and you apply what you will learn today, you will not have to worry about the death and the diseases and the sickness. We have 4 variants of COVID right now. You will sleep at peace simply because you handle your body the way you should handle it. We are talking about how to boost your immune system in such a way that your body as designed will resist and destroy every sickness, disease that will come in your body. And we have today Dr. Elizabeth all the way from Westminster in I think it's Virginia or Maryland. Maryland. All right. And also have our sister Lillian all the way from Laurel, Maryland, right? Okay. Well, over to you. And I am really in for a treat. I cannot wait. By the way, yesterday, and I was very, very blessed by the response of so many people calling me from many, many places. So you guys are doing a great job, and I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for us today.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having us in your homes today. Thank you for the encouragement, the message, the comments we received from the last video to tonight. Thank you for being here, Dr. Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. Thank you for
Okay,
having me.
okay, wonderful. Yeah, without wasting further time, we are going to give you, the stage. Could you please, in few words, just resume what we learned yesterday um, for us, for the audience? Thank you.
Great. Yesterday we started by just explaining the function of the immune system, which is just to take you a little bit back. People don't understand where the immune system comes from. The immune system comes from our bone marrow. Okay, so the bone marrow
Mhm.
actually produces the blood cells, and that's how complex the body is. Can you imagine that it is your bones that produces the blood? So God has made things so intricately related that you can't say that I'm going to just treat this part of the body. And that's where what we call conventional medicine is failing us, because you go see a doctor for the heart, you go see a doctor for your stomach, you go see a doctor for the eye, and yet you're supposed to be all these things that are working together. If there's one
Mm.
part of the body that is sick, every part of the body is affected. But we can't we in putting everything in compartments like that, we fail to get whole health, which we call holistic health. So yesterday we found out that the immune system has its importance in fighting disease. Number one, which comes from germs, pathogens, bacteria, viruses. Number two, the immune system neutralizes harmful substances. So, toxins, let's just put it all in toxins. So, chemical
Mm.
toxins and all kinds of toxins, the immune system does that. Then, the immune system also makes sure that your body is not changing in a way that will lead to disease. And that's where we talk about cancer and other kind of autoimmune diseases. So the immune system has a very, very vast um, very vast importance for us. When even you think about just making sure that your body is a machine, it's like a computer. You know, your computer can get so heated, because it's been running for a long time. The body also gets so heated, and that's what we call inflammation. So the immune system is working to put everything in balance so that you don't
Mm,
get overheated through just your normal body processes. So that's how
mm,
important your immune system is to you, to survival. The body has two main things that it does with the immune system. One, it defends itself. It protects itself, like a special forces. It protects the nation, protects your over 100 trillion cells are protected by your immune system. Number two,
wow.
the immune system builds your body. Now, if we spend more time defending ourselves than building the body, that's where we fail to experience optimal health. So
Mm,
if I am always fighting, then I'm not building. So that's, if your body spends more time building itself, it means you're not exposing your body to harmful substances, and your body has the time to build itself. Then it will not, it will that's when you will begin to experience the Bible says that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
you knew that
They
trend.
shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be tired.
You
They shall walk
know.
and not grow weary.
Mm,
The body
mm,
is made to get younger, not older. That's the amazing thing. The body was
mm,
created to get younger. Every 7 years, your body has a whole new set of cells because it's always taking out old cells. That's why your skin peels. The body is meant to renew itself. And if you
mm,
understand that function, then you give it what it requires. Now the problem is that we do not know what the body needs to to build itself to get younger, and we, since we don't know, we don't supply it. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So very, very, very interesting. It's what you do. If your body is always fighting, it's going to get tired and get old. That's how aging takes place, because it's always fighting. But if your body has more time to build, because you have taken away from it things that are terrorist and things that are toxic to it, and it has more time and more resources to build, you get younger. It's
wow.
just simple science. So
Wow.
yesterday we talked about three main things, which we talked in passing, but I want to state them clearly so everybody knows. The three main important elements that we need to build our immune system. Number one is sleep, and I will still insist about sleep. Sleep is so important. Before you even talk about food, we talk about sleep. You see, a baby sleeps 20 hours a day because that is the time the baby is growing the most.
Mm,
They spend their time sleeping because that's the most critical time before the age of 2 that the brain cells are forming. So sleep is important mainly for the brain. Maximal brain function, you need to sleep properly. And we talked about that threshold of 7 hours. So we recommend 7 to 9 hours, but 7 hours is a threshold that is supposed really, really important for the body to function. We talked about preparing our bodies for proper sleep so that you're not just in bed, because many people spend many hours in bed but they're not sleeping.
mm,
Their brain is so wired, they're thinking. And if you're spending your time sleeping and you're dreaming, running, and all these animals are chasing you and snakes are climbing into your bed, guess what? You're not sleeping, because your spirit man or your soul is so active, it has not entered into rest. And that's why
mm.
people go to bed and still get up still tired, because
Yes.
their soul has never rested. The Bible says in Psalms 127, verse 2, it says, in vain you rise up early, stay up late, toiling for food to eat. But the Lord grants sleep to his beloved. So I want you
Mm,
to start praying, God, give me sleep. Cause my soul, we talked about priming your soul to rest. Take away things from your surrounding that are toxic. The noise, the screens, the phone. Put aside the phone a few hours before bedtime. Really, truly, it's so important. If you have to be on the phone or on your screen for any reason, it should be things that are edifying you. It should not be things that are putting you down. Yeah. I mean, you can put a movie that will make you laugh. That will help you sleep better. I love taking having comedies at night because then I laugh and my stress level goes down. But don't be watching no news at night before you go to bed. The news is really, I mean, it's toxic, most of it. So, that's that. That's that about sleep. We also talked about eating right before you go to bed. You should not be eating right before you go to bed. And even if you eat, you should not be eating high carbohydrate food. Foods with high carbohydrates are to give you energy. You don't need that kind of energy, fast sugars when you want to sleep, right? You need that when you want to get up and walk out. When you want to have a day of energy, when you want to sleep, you eat more stuff with proteins that will stabilize your blood sugar at night. And yeah, so we talked about those different things about sleep. Second thing that we mentioned in passing was food. So food is very important. Why? Because most of the immune system is built up in the digestive tract. So we have more than 50% of your immune system is in your digestive tract. Yeah. So when you have problems with digestion, constipation, bloating, diarrhea, all those things, that's already a big sign that your immune system is needs support. Because in our digestive tract, in our we have the what we call a microbiome. A microbiome is the good bacterials which provide vitamins, minerals. They send, actually they are also responsible for neurotransmitters that make us feel happy, like serotonin. So that microbiome, those good bacterials, they are actually more in number than our body cells. They are very, very important. So what you feed your body is feeding the microbiome. It's feeding those bacteria. So if you feed them with processed food, guess what? The bad bacteria grow in number. But if you feed them with whole foods, fruits and vegetables, guess what? Your good bacteria grow in number and the bad bacteria die out. Lillian, I keep thinking about the fact that the children of Israel, when they were in the wilderness, they wanted to go back and they were saying, God, we miss our onions, garlics, cucumbers. We want to go back and eat those things. And I was like, why would these people want to eat cucumbers and garlic and leeks but it was how good they were feeling eating those herbs. They were strong enough to endure the oppression that they had in Egypt based on what they were eating. So great that they wanted to go back because of those kind of foods. God has put so much in the foods around us. The Bible talks in Revelation about this healing in the leaves. There was healing in the leaves. Healing for the nation was in the leaves. So for every disease that is on the earth, there is medicine in the food. I love the scientist that says, let food become your medicine. Don't eat because you want you it tastes good. Eat because it's nourishing your immune system. Choose that which will nourish your immune system. We talked about choosing living foods rather than foods that are, that edible
Edible.
substances. You remember that? Okay. And then I talked about increasing your diversity. That's one of the things that I really think that we need to do. Many people stuck eating the same things. You can start with today, you eat an apple. Tomorrow, make sure you eat a banana. You can go from A to Z, changing what you're eating because each one of them have a different set of nutrients that the other does not have, and it's doing something different for your body. And the next day, eat a carrot. Okay, so increase your diversity in your foods. Don't keep eating the same foods all the time. Okay,
Wow.
so we talked about that, and then we talked about hydration. Water. I cannot overemphasize water. I just say there's so many diseases that come from what we call chronic dehydration. So many diseases are because of chronic dehydration. The body knows that whenever it gets into a threshold of feeling like I'm lacking water, many things shut down. It shut down fighting. It's like no more fighting, let's just give it up. It shuts down defending itself. It shut down definitely building. That's why you can easily see the difference between a raisin and a grape. That is the same fruit, but one has less water in it. So I tell
Mm.
my clients, if you want your skin to start looking like that of a raisin, keep not drinking water. Someone say, "Oh, water is so boring. Water has no taste." Guess what? Flavor it the way you want with some ginger, put in some cucumbers, put in some lemon, flavor it with natural things and drink it. Stay away from drinking sweet drinks, alcohol, caffeinated drinks. All those are dehydrating your body. Hydration is one of the critical things. If people would just do one thing for me, drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. So let me say, like, for example, someone who is 180 pounds needs to be drinking 90 ounces of water a day. That's what the body needs to have what it takes to function properly. So, based on your body weight, that's what you need to be drinking in ounces of water. And you see that many problems of digestion just taken care of by enough water. The body will just shut down its digestive system when it doesn't have water. There are three systems that it will just shut down if it does not. One is the digestive system, two is the skin. When you start seeing a lot of skin problems, it's most of it is dehydration. And then three is the
Mm.
respiratory system. When the body does not have enough water, the coughing and a lot of sneezing, it's actually the body letting you know I need water in many instances.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's amazing how just the simple. So let's start with just the simple things. The sleep, living foods, add living foods. And when we talk of living foods, it's foods that have not been cooked yet. Try to make sure that your food does not entail only cooked foods. Have some things that are still alive. You see, when you bite an apple, you feel like you're doing something to the apple because you make some sound. The apple still has life in it. But when you're eating a hamburger, guess what? There's no sound. It's dead. It has been cooked. The enzymes are all gone. So
Mm.
incorporate living foods, foods that still have the frequency and the energy that God created in them. They're still in the form in which God created them. So that was the brief summary. And I can add things as we go, but that's a brief summary of what we did yesterday.
Thank you very much. Well, we have another question. How can we know our immune system needs support?
Okay, very good question. How can we know our immune system needs support? Now, I'm just going to talk of the signs that we don't usually think about. Because of course, if you're having the flu, we definitely know that we need support. If you're having any kind of viral infection, bacterial infection, you know that your body needs support. But there's other signs that we don't really think about. Number one is our digestive tract. When you have digestive problems, that's already telling you that your body needs immune support. So if there's any chance where you're having bloating, constipation, because as we said, more than 50% of your immune system is in your digestive tract. So if your digestive tract is having issues, guess what? Your immune system is having issues because that's the place where it is being hosted. That's the place. So it says something about the balance between the good and bad bacteria is not in right place, or the nutrients that are needed are not enough. So one is digestive issues. of any kind, it's a pointer that you need the immune support. Number two is skin issues. So many breakouts. If you're getting a lot of breakouts, that's also a sign that we consider all of that under immune system. Why? Because the skin is the first barrier. The skin is our outside barrier. It's what protects your body from poison getting inside. So if your skin has it's breaking out, then it's not protecting you. So it means your immune system has needs some support. So your skin is a good thing to reveal that your body is lacking in the nutrients, in the minerals, in the vitamins that it needs. Number three system that we look at is our what we call the opening the sinuses. Allergies, sinus problems as a big key that your immune system is imbalanced. So now those are air-filled spaces, and when the immune system is out of balance, they get clogged. It's like the body finds a way to put those extra poison in those what we call air-filled spaces. So a lot of sinus problem. People get used to, oh, I get allergies all the time. It's not normal. As I said yesterday, it can be common, but it's not normal. Don't accept dysfunction as a normal thing. So find a way in our functional medicine practice, we are actually able to find out what is lacking in your immune system and get it corrected before you get major things like cancer, which is a big, it's an overt manifestation of immune deficiency. The last one I'll talk about is anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression is also a very big sign that your immune system is challenged, because the immune system is also responsible for producing the neurotransmitters. As I said, all that starting from the back, from the gut, the neurotransmitters that are supposed to help us feel good about ourselves. Can you imagine that? That's how complex the body is also related to one another. So if you're constantly bombarded with depression, anxiety, one of the key things we look at is your immune system, because your immune system should be taken care of. It could be overloaded, it could be overstimulated, and therefore it's not able to cope with just the normal chores of life.
Wow,
Sounds good.
wonderful. Sounds great. Sounds great. Sounds great. And what are the supplements that will build our immune system based off everything you said? You share with us.
Yes, awesome. I love the word supplements because it is very important to know that they are supplement. And when you say supplement, it means you're adding something to something that is already there. And so many people think that supplements are substitutes. Now, a supplement is not to substitute all this good stuff that we talked about. It's to supplement, it's adding to it. And why do we need supplements? Because we don't get everything from the food, number one. Number two, our food has already been deficient over the years through all the way of its like the farming, the soils are deficient and everything. The food is not what it was 100 years ago. Number three, your own body is not able to absorb all the nutrients. So the supplements are important even for you to be able to absorb that food better. So number one,
Wow.
supplement that we have all, even the doctors are all recommending, is vitamin D. Okay, vitamin D is so critical for the immune system. It's actually called a prohormone, so it helps your body to produce other hormones. It's very important for the immune system. Vitamin D, especially now that we are all indoors. Okay, so we're less exposed. Vitamin D, make sure you know your vitamin D status, because you don't want to overdose vitamin D. It's one of those fat soluble that you don't want to be in overdose, but you don't also want to be in deficiency as well. Yes, it's actually seen that almost 70% of Americans are having deficiency of vitamin D. So that's one of the
Wow.
things that has been responsible for the big numbers of the pandemic that is going around. So vitamin D. Number two, vitamin C. Vitamin C is so important for the body to repair itself, for the body to heal itself. It's very important for the immune system. Number three is zinc. Zinc is not a vitamin, it's a mineral, but zinc has been found to be one of the most important minerals that are stopping the replication of viruses. The core virus, rotavirus, yes, it reduces its replication in the body, and it shortens the duration of the symptoms. So stock up on this. Don't say that. Some people say, oh, I take vitamins, I don't see what they're doing in my body. You don't need to see it. Okay, the fact that you're taking it, it's like the ark you're building your body, so that when the flood comes, you're not affected. It's not something that you're supposed to take and feel like, oh, now I feel great. No, you're just supposed to take it. The main thing is consistency. Consistency. Don't say today I take it and tomorrow I don't. No, consistently take your vitamin D, as I said, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc. Those are the three main ones that we really recommend everyone be on them. And you can find them on our website as well. You can get the good quality. It's good important for you to get good quality of vitamins, so that you're not putting junk into your body. Your body is too precious for you to, just put any kind of stuff into your body. Then vitamin A is important because it's also building the mucosa. It helps in your in building in the lungs, in building the barrier around the lungs. So vitamin A is also important. And one of the things we are seeing with people who lose taste or lose smell is vitamin B, especially the B6. It helps them to recover because B6 helps with the nerves, helps to rebuild your nerve endings. So we find that people who get loss of smell, loss of taste, those two, B6 and zinc, actually, if you're deficient in those minerals, you can easily get any of those manifestations or signs of the virus. So I tell people sometimes that when you get certain kind of combination of symptoms, it's your body also telling you I'm deficient in a certain kind of mineral as well. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, we have um, one of the, I mean, we have one question that just came in that I will throw in between. And I mean, one of the people listening to us want to know, how long should we take those vitamins?
Okay. That's a good question. And I actually always recommend that if you're going to be on a vitamin protocol, it's good to be working with your health professional. You should not just take them randomly, because we I'm able to study with my client where you are at and what you need. And when, if you're on a good dietary protocol, and you're following all that your body needs, there are times where you get that your body does not need the extra supplement. So, but as long as you are still in the manifestation of deficiency, keep taking them,
Okay.
especially the ones where you cannot overdose. Okay, vitamin D is one of those that overdose can be a problem. So you must be regulate that, how much you take on vitamin D and vitamin A. Those are ones that are fat soluble, and you want to regulate how much. But the other vitamins, if it's too much, the body will flush them out. Okay, so
Wow.
but you don't want to overdose on what we call the fat
Vitamin
soluble
D and
vitamins. Yes,
wow.
vitamin D and vitamin A. Yes. So be work with your health professional, find out where you are at, find out what are the deficiencies. Once the deficiencies are corrected, then you can be on a good nutritional protocol, so that you're getting those things from food itself. You're getting it from the carrots, you're getting it from the vitamin D from the salmon, and those cod liver oil. So there are different ways we can get them. But if your body is already in disease state, like you have digestive issues, you'll not even be able to break down the
Mm-hmm.
food and get those minerals. That's why we need the supplements for some time. So I cannot give a
Mm-hmm.
precise account for
A
that, but I
specific
would just say
duration,
a
yes.
specific, yeah, yeah, but it's a one-on-one answer for how long you need to be on supplements. But
Okay.
generally, being on a good multivitamin is already a good way to go. Everyone should be on that for, just regularly on a good multivitamin.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elizabeth. And just to add to that, we know you have a practice and you help people with such things. Um, um, with I mean, if they can call you or come and see you, are you
Yeah.
able to help them with such things? Do you have protocols to help? I mean, to help you identify how
Yes.
people are doing, or if they are deficient? Do you have ways to do that in your practice?
Yes, yes, I do. We have ways, we have testings that we do right there in the office. We have a live
Mm-hmm.
blood analysis where we look at your blood cells and see where what kind of deficiencies you are. And when you come back for your follow-up, we look at it again and we're able to say it's corrected. You don't need this vitamin anymore. You
Oh,
can
wow.
just be on your good dietary protocol. I really do advise people to get a report from yourselves. Get you yourself will see. The interesting thing is that you get to see it yourself, how your cells are on the screen and they're alive and they're moving. So it's really fascinating. And then you feel that responsibility for your body and not leaving it in
Wow.
the hands of just anybody to tell you what, you take that responsibility of taking good care of yourself.
Thank you very much. And I guess before we end, we will make sure that you give us your information and all that. But before that, we have another question. We know we are taking a lot of your time. How is the lockdown impacting our immune system? Because that's the topic, that's hot right now. We're in the pandemic. We're on lockdown. Our children are home with us. Most of us are working from home. We are always with our masks. I mean, it's crazy. But hey,
Yes,
tell us
yes.
what.
Well, the first thing I would say, we have to do what we have to do.
Okay.
Follow the rules, okay? So what we're doing with the mask, social distancing, it's great because it's providing what we call the external. That's just the external barriers. Okay, so
Hmm.
it's providing some form of external barriers. But what I'm emphasizing and what is really key is your internal barriers. So that which is inside that you don't see, that's what you really need to be taking care of, because people are wearing the mask and still falling sick. People are doing the social distances and still, so it means that there is something more that we need to be doing. So, one of the ways that the pandemic is affecting us is our emotional state.
Hmm.
Yes, it is our emotional state, and your emotions are critical in your well being. The Bible says that I wish above all things that you will prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. So, the soul is very, very linked to how your health is. If your soul is
Hmm.
not prospering, and when we talk about your soul, we're talking about your emotions, your mind. If your soul is not prospering, your body will not be able to prosper as well. It's just a matter of time.
Hmm.
So, God has created us to be so intricately related. Our spirit, soul, and body. You are a spirit person that has a soul and that lives in a body. So we are so intricately related. And how one of the ways that I really think that is sad during this time is because the news media has become the driving force that has created what I call monster of fear. So one of the biggest spirits that has been released during this time is the spirit of fear. So people are so scared of everything. Scared. The same table where you used to sit on, now you have to pour Clorox on that table 10 times a day. That's the same table you used to sit on. What just changed?
Mhm.
So it's no longer rational behaviors, a lot of fear
Mm.
driven behaviors. And this is one of the things, the fact of the fear. The news media, we see, oh, this big number of people dying. All of that is generating
Mhm.
fear and panic. you know so what does fear do to the body? Fear, number one, weakens the immune system by causing stress. Our bodies were created with this fight and flight mechanism.
Fight and flight.
So when I
Mm.
see, yes, when I see something terrible, the body means, bam, you got to run away. There's danger. You got to run
Mm.
away. You got to run away. So it creates everything. It increases the blood rate. It shuts down all the what we call unnecessary um things. It will shut down fat burning. So that's why people are putting on weight during the pandemic so much. We call them, what did they call it? The COVID weight, or pandemic weight, or what, lockdown
Pandemic
weight,
weight.
but it's all that because the body shuts down. It's like, no, I don't need to burn fat right now because there is danger. So I got to store up because the body perceives that there is a danger. And so it stores
Hmm.
up fat. It shuts down, slows the metabolism. The cortisol goes up. All the other things that are important for what we call longevity are shut down. And the body is just waiting, like, okay, so where's the danger? Where's the danger? Meanwhile, it is maxing up all these immune things, like, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's like, you guys, come on, we got to fight. And yet there's no fight.
The chaos
So
for nothing.
the chaos for nothing. And so what it happens is that it gets to a point where it is so overregulated, and then it kind of wipes out it's needed. So now when you truly meet the virus, you don't even have the resources anymore because you have spent it up worrying and telling the body. Now the body does not go and say that, maybe that's a false fear. It doesn't do that. Once
Mm.
you tell it that there is a danger, it
He believes
alerts
it.
everything. It believes it. And alerts every system. High blood pressure, everything is to fight this big monster. And then you never
Wow.
tell the body that there's no monster for the body to shut down and go. So we are constantly being walked up. Oh, there's a monster in the house. There's a monster in the house. And the body's like, let's go, let's run, let's run, let's run. And so that is one of the big problems that we have had with the pandemic,
Mm.
is the news media, us hearing this negativity, and that is hosting fear in our children, just fear that there's something terrible going to happen to us. The Bible says, I have not given you a spirit of fear, a spirit of
Yes.
love, of courage, and a sound mind.
Sound
When there
mind.
is fear, we cannot have a sound mind. So that's why there's waxing of depression, waxing of confusion, anxiety, because of fear. So for me, that's one of the disastrous impacts. That's what we call the post-pandemic syndromes are beginning to rise up now. A lot of depression and anxiety. Yeah, I was just talking with a nurse practitioner. She's like, you can't imagine how many new patients we get every day have to put on depression medications. Of course, we are inside a lot of stress because finances are not as they were. Children are at home. Parents have to manage all of that together. But the main thing is the fear of the unknown, the fear of tomorrow. What if I lose my job? What if, what if, what if? I assure you, my dear friends, that God is in control of this all. Relax. It shall be well. Learn to take
Amen.
one day at a time. Learn to enjoy the moments that you have. Learn not to always, this Bible says, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Amen. So that's the
Amen.
first. The second thing I see that with the pandemic that has affected us is just not the ability, the social distancing. Okay, it's just put us at distance from each other, and yet we are social human beings. We're social human beings.
Yeah.
We are meant to connect. We are meant to feed each other's. Just a handshake. reduces can reduce your blood pressure. Just a handshake, because there are nerve endings in your palms that send neurotransmitters, and you're able to send information to the body and reduces your blood pressure. I used to think about
Wow.
that. Maybe that's one of the reasons why, you know the Bible talks about, you shall lay hands on the sick and they shall be healed, because there's something in your hands. But now we have to social distance. Don't touch anybody. Little kids that were put without touch, put in a room, and the studies were shown, you don't touch them, they stop growing. They stop growing.
Oh,
They
wow.
got infection. Yes, because the body is in the state of loneliness, and it's in the state of high stress. Let me tell you, having a family, enjoy your family, enjoy interacting with your friend, hug them, hug your family members. If you can hug, passerbys or neighbors, at least hug your family members. It relieves stress. And once stress is well controlled, guess what? The immune system is boosted. Every time that stress is high, immune system is down. So try to make sure stress is as low as possible. Give hugs, give handshakes, you know, touch somebody with love. I mean, not touch with love. There is healing in your hands. It's healing in your body. Yeah, so
Wow.
I really think that those are the two things that I really find are really affecting us in this pandemic. People not exercising, not sitting in the same place all day. Yeah, because we're sitting on a computer. Some people, the only exercise they had was to walk to their cars and go to work. At least the only physical activity that they had was at least walking to their cars and walking from their cars to their office. But guess what? They don't even have that. They sit in your
Wow.
bed because you can walk from your bed and nobody even knows that you're in your bedroom. So the sedentary lifestyle has gone to another level. We are already a sedentary society, but it has gone even to another level. So all of that is making this pandemic to weaken the lockdown to weaken our immune systems. So you are responsible to fight it. You're responsible to not let the restrictions hold you back from experiencing the fullness of the abundance of life. He came to give us life and life more abundantly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is so beautiful. Dr. Elizabeth, we do not want you to leave without giving us the phone number of your practice, your address, anything we can have um, to be part of what you're doing at Harvest Natural. We want to know about it today, if it's okay.
Okay, great, great. So if you go to Harvesting Natural, and I think Dr. Howard is going to put up that information maybe, but it's harvestingnatural.com. So that's our website. That's our wellness center for now. And we are on Facebook, also Harvesting Natural. You're on Instagram, Harvesting Natural MD. Our phone number to the business, 410 857 1970. So you call me and we can find out how you can come. And I'm passionate about educating. I feel that there's a difference between medicating and educating. When you medicate somebody, you keep them dependent on you. Then that's what I did as a medical doctor. But right now, as a consultant in health, I educate people, and then they don't need to depend on me, because if I give you the tools, you can actually run with it and actually become more healthy than I am. So
Wow.
it's let's empower the community with information that can change their lives.
Yes.
And
Information
one
is
thing I would
power.
just I Yes, yes. One thing I just want to leave you with in fighting this pandemic: make sure you don't spend a day without laughter. Laughter, the Bible says that a cheerful heart is good medicine. Find a way to
Mm,
laugh. That laughing is one of the healthiest. It's almost close to exercise in what it does to the body. So if you don't get a chance to exercise during the day or to physically move up and down, make sure you don't miss to laugh. Find something interesting. If you are not laughing, make some other person laugh. You see, the
Makes so much
most healthiest people are those who are giving joy to people. That's why they say
mm,
philanthropists that are helping people, they live the longest, because when
wow.
you're making other people happy, you're boosting your immune system. So that's the free way, just to make sure that you are at your best, making other people become at their best. Give somebody a smile. So many people have not had anybody smile at them. Say,
Mm-hmm.
you just give them a compliment. It's doing something for them, but then some, guess what, it's doing something for you as well.
For
It's
you.
boosting your own immune system.
Thank you so much. Again, you can reach out to the practice of Dr. Elizabeth, calling the 410-857-1970. Right? Is that the number?
Yeah, that's correct.
410-857-1970. And she will do a good group job. She and her partners will do a good job at helping you and educating you in your new venture. Please do not, I will give the number again: 410-857-1970. And they are open. What are the days you are open again? Monday to Saturday?
Yes, Monday through Saturday,
Monday to
10:30
Saturday.
through 5:30 every.
Every day you can call and somebody will be there to talk to you. If you can reach her, make an appointment, come and meet her. I've experienced the live blood test and it was wonderful. I saw myself not looking round. I was
Yeah,
dehydrated, but yet I was like, I'm in pain everywhere. I think I'm that. I don't know what is wrong with me. Maybe I have this and that, but I was only dehydrated.
that's
And it's
right.
just wonderful. It's wonderful to be able to see exactly, what is happening with you. It was a great experience. So I invite you and encourage you to call the practice and, hey, find your way there. We are educating ourselves. We want to stay in good health. We want to be strong. We want to grow younger. I was very moved by that. When you share, doctor, that we are meant to become younger. I've never heard that before, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome. So we are going to have you here next week for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and
Yeah,
Sunday, for Valentine coming up.
yeah,
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are very excited about what we are going to share. She will be talking to singles. She'll be talking to a married couple. She'll be talking about sexuality, how to keep your sexual life in marriage healthy and wonderful and spicy. Doctor, we talked to other about, but doctor, what do you want to tell us? I mean, we are in the pandemic. What can we do, just in 2 words, as couples, to to not to not kill each other?
oh yeah, I want to keep offer you something more than not just kill each other. Okay,
Okay.
because some
Okay.
people can stay, you can stay in marriage, but I would rather, some people say, oh, I've been 20 years in marriage. I say that's good, but I would rather take it a little higher. I'm 20 years in love. So what I really want
Mm,
to have is not just people staying married.
yeah.
That's the beginning. You should stay in love.
Mm.
You should not just even stay in love, grow in love.
Wow.
So you grow in
Wow.
love. So, but to do that, it's not automatic. You got to learn what this is. And that's one of the things that we have in general, thinking that things would automatically happen. When I'm married, I would automatically stay in love because I was in love when I got married. And we
Hmm.
find out that it did not work that way. It does not automatically work that way. So just like
Wow.
the body, if you don't know what it needs to make itself younger and alive and vibrant, you'll not be resourceful to the body. Also with your marriage,
Mm.
during this time, we've had more divorces during the pandemic, and this is really strange. People have had
Exactly.
more time together. So I told some of my friends it wasn't a problem of no time. Our relationships did not suffer because we're busy. Because we have had more time together,
Mm.
but it's still like we want to kill each other more than we can't stand each other. It's like, it's
Mm-hmm.
too much time. So we will
Wow.
be talking and sharing about the importance of valuing, truly learning how to love your partner, speaking your partner's love language, reaching out to them in the way they understand love. Because many
Mm.
times we love them the way we want to be loved and not the way they understand love. And that's where
Wow.
we'll be finding out the difference between a man and a woman. Because Lillian, most of the problems go around there, and that's why people change. They're like, oh no, I'm gonna just get another man, and then you experience just the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about
Mm-hmm.
it's so it was not the kind of man, it's just the man because it's different from you. So I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to this weekend,
We are looking
and how
forward to
to
it.
rekindle that fire in the bedroom,
Yes.
because that is also important in boosting our immune systems, whether you want it or not. We'll talk about the
Oh,
power of of love making, and the how it rebuilds our bodies. God has meant it
wow.
to be a
Wow, that's beautiful. We are not going to give you more than that. Make sure you find yourself right here at 8 p.m. on the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th, before the 14th. You see, she really target the whole thing. On the 14th, by the time you're on the 14th, you will be ready. I think the 14th is a Sunday, it's next Sunday. By the time the 14th comes, you will be ready to start a brand new love story, a brand
aw-
new marriage. You'll be empowered, you'll
awesome.
be equipped to live a heavenly marriage on earth. And if you're not
That's
yet
right.
married, well, Thursday she's giving you tools on how to wait, on how to prepare, on how to look. It's going to be powerful. So please do not miss it. Again, I will say it's February 11th. It's next Thursday, 12th and 13th, Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. We will be right here. We'll be on time. Please be there. Continue to like, continue to share our page, continue to talk about us, reach out, send comments, and big up to the last 12 um, YouTube channel and Facebook, Dr. Ahol, a wonderful, wonderful man of God. We will not go
Amen.
without acknowledging him and acknowledging
Yeah.
what he's doing. He's a true genius. I have never seen a man with such a heart. I have never seen a man with such a mind, but
Yes.
who is still so humble. He's so humble. He's so humble. And I just praise and thank God for him. May the Lord continue to bless him as he is giving this opportunity to children of God and people of God to share what they know, to share knowledge and understanding and power. Knowledge is power, like we were saying. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Elizabeth. Do you have one more thing to say?
Well, you guys just, everyone use the tools, start working on what you have. Remember,
Yeah.
tools, you'll never know the power of it unless you use it. Don't
Of
only
course,
be
of course.
hearers, become doers of the word. I'm so privileged to have the opportunity to share the things that God has taught me. And thank you so much, Lillian. Thank you, Dr. Warfor. I'm so appreciative of you making this happen, Lillian. God bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you again.